All right, hello and welcome back to Loom. Apparently when I use my hotkey to start a video, it brings up a message about Loom, but that's okay. We are going to start off by heading this direction into the forest. So we begin our exploration of this new land. Ooh, got a little jump in the scenery there.
Halt! Who goes?
Well. Looks like a scrawny runt trying to sneak into our flocks.
Sneak? You call that sneaking? I heard them coming all the way in from town.
Thought you were going to fleece some shepherds, did you? Maybe we ought to take the shears to you instead.
Listen, I'm not looking for sheep or trouble. I'm looking for a flock of swans.
Swans?
Swans. You know, birds.
Oh, swans, of course.
We should have known. Everybody comes here when they want swans.
Next you'll be telling us you're some sort of wizard off to fly away with them birds.
Right.
Wizard?
Well,
Wizard? You wouldn't happen to be the great wizard that Fleece was telling us about, would you now?
Fleece?
He is sort of dressed like a wizard.
I don't know. He doesn't look very powerful to me.
Me neither. I say we don't let him by until we know for sure. Come on then, wizard. Let's see some magic. Or else.
all right, so they don't seem very nice. I think we should just leave.
Come on, lads. He's had enough. Let him go.
Some kind of wizard, eh?
Don't trip on your robe, little wizard.
Get on, you lazy bunch of yous. Back to work.
All right. And we do learn from them this invisibility spell, which I think will come in handy at some point. So you could go around the other direction, but I'm actually going to come from the front side to go here. That was obviously members of the Shepherd's Guild, and now we are going to come to members of the Glassblowers Guild once Bobbin eventually gets there. Rather impressive edifice, I would say. Excuse me. Let's start off. I actually think if we step in here, it just kind of walks us all the way through, but I'll just check that quickly. I don't think there's much of anything that's interesting in here. But just want to check, make sure we don't miss anything fun.
Welcome to Crystal Guards, stranger. I'm Master Goodmo, 31st in the noble Guild of Glassmakers. And who might you be?
My name is Bobbin. Bobbin Threadbare of the, Noble Guild of Weavers.
A weaver! Tell me, is it true that to peer beneath a weaver's hood brings instant agonizing death?
I honestly don't know. Nobody's ever tried it with me. You have such a wonderful view of the sky here. Have you noticed a flock of swans flying this way?
Swans?
Swans. You know, birds.
Yes, swans! No, I haven't heard of any swan sightings. Look around to your heart's content, Weaver Threadbare. And remember, if you break it, you buy it.
Nice enough guy, I guess. All right, let's come through. Well, we don't go through here at all. That's fine. One way or another, this isn't the important place to go. That would be the other door into the building. And I did actually, in between videos, do a little reading up to remind myself of what the actual facts were about Loom. I'll talk a little more after we click on these workers here.
What's going on up there? What's going on up there?
Well, let's find out. Let's see. We can head down. Let's go around this way. Ring this little bell here.
Not so fast here.
Oh, it seems we must do something else first. Bobbin wants to listen in on this conversation.
Who's that? I can barely hear what they're saying.
He says before hearing them
I
perfectly.
trust your excellency is pleased with our progress?
That all depends on how far this sphere can help me see.
4 hours, most assuredly. Perhaps 6 with a bit of luck.
Only 6 hours? But I expressly requested 8.
Every sphere is unique, Bishop. It is impossible to accurately predict how well this sphere will perform.
I need at least 8 hours. 8 hours, Master Crucible. See to it.
All right. Not sure who that gentleman is or why he needs to see so far in the future, but it seems that in addition to creating glass sculptures, the Glassblowers Guild can also create some kind of scrying sphere that sees into the future. Let's ring this bell.
A glass bell. I wonder what will happen if...
And they can also create teleporters out of glass.
I'm dizzy.
Ah, look!
Who are you, lad?
And just what do you think you're doing up here?
I'm not sure. I just rang the bell and
Well, I'm sorry, but you're not supposed to be here.
Step back under the lens, please.
This is a restricted area. No visitors allowed.
Good day, sir.
Well, seems they won't just let us pass, but perhaps there is another way.
Guess I'm not supposed to go up there.
So yes, did a little reading up, and according to the main kind of producer or director of the game, it wasn't officially meant as a trilogy. Let's see, let's make ourselves invisible here. Oops, I made myself visible.
Doesn't seem to affect them at all.
Yes, it wasn't officially meant as a trilogy,
I wonder, did it
but
work?
rather he had the idea for 2 subsequent games, but unfortunately Loom was not enough of a commercial success to warrant that. But additionally, there actually is some more lore available for the game, which involved kind of like a 30-minute audio book that got released along with the game.
Our esteemed Bishop Mandible cuts quite a figure, doesn't he?
Let's check
I
out
don't
this
doubt
scythe.
the Crucible's getting tired of bowing and scraping. Why would the Clerics want...
That side is even sharper than a weaver's spindle.
That's a sharpening draft.
Well, your guess is as lucid as mine, Flute.
I'm going to try and listen to everything they have to
They're up
say.
to no good again.
Then why would he do business with them at all? Let alone sell them a sphere.
Well, you know, Crucible, he'd sell his own mother's spectacles if he thought there was a profit in it. And the clerics are paying off in cash.
Which should keep us in the clear for years to come. Still, I'm certainly pleased that Crucible's not taking any chances. This scythe might become very useful if our friend the Bishop has been less than transparent with us.
Ouch!
Yes, very useful indeed.
All right, so something about this scythe apparently will be helpful if the bishop is engaging in nefarious plots. And now we can go down the other side and see what that does for us. What is this? Let's take a look in the sphere. See what it shows us. You notice that that spell is a palindrome because it only works in one direction. I think there's a couple more visions we can see here if we look again. All right, so we see blazing fire in some cave and a swan. Just kind of reminding us of that spell, I guess. I think that's the last thing this one shows us. But yes, this here is the Terror Draft. Very nice. All right, let's depart. They'll continue silently working. Anyway, the kind of that audio book companion to the game. Basically, it describes kind of the early world of the guilds, kind of the rise of the guilds and how they brought the world together. But now a third evil is rising, and Signa, Bobbin's mother, kind of pulled a gray thread from the loom, which produced an unexpected child, that being Bobbin. And ever since then, evil has been happening, and the loom has been unraveling. Hence why the elders were so terrified of Bobbin. And because of that, they kicked her out, turned her into a swan, and that kind of led to the events of the game. Mother Hetchel, who I think is her sister, took care of Bobbin when she was gone.
That's beautiful. I've never seen anything sparkle like that. Not even the long tapestry. What kind of glass is it?
It was carved from a single crystal of diamond.
But I thought you were glass makers.
No, we are. Dear boy, this is none other than the famous Chromax conundrum, wrought by our distinguished founder, Lucent Bottleblow. His works once filled an entire museum, you know. And that was before the Great Dragon arrived in 7342. She blew through this city like a torch, melting and breaking our finest works, plundering our museums and treasuries until we had almost nothing left. It was awful, just terrible, really a miserable time. Even Bottleblow's greatest masterpiece, the first scrying sphere, was lost forever.
But you still have the conundrum.
And a lucky thing, too. It was on loan to the Guild of Vintners at the time. It is the sole remaining example of our founder's transcendent genius.
But I'm still curious. Why is it diamond instead of glass?
We've no idea at all. That's the conundrum, you see.
That is completely meaningless, other than to, I guess, show us a fun dragon. But I enjoy it. All right, let's ring the bell. And find our way back over to here, where we will make the future come true by terrorizing some shepherds who just really want to see the acts of a wizard. And so we shall oblige them. Oops, no. Carry on, Bobbin. He seems very confused about where I want him to go. this point, I'm about to just go around. This should not be a particularly difficult thing. All right, we're just going around. I don't know why Bobbin's struggling so much, but I don't see any particular need for it. I wonder if these guys can see us yet. The world may never know. All right, let's head up here. Bobbin, for someone on a quest, you're really taking your time here. And let's see our friends again.
He's back.
So are we going somewhere, little wizard?
I was better off with the elders back home.
Let's see how this
It
goes.
helped to point
All right.
at something first.
Let's see how you like me now.
It's the dragon! He's after us!
Well, that worked. Funny. I don't feel very scary.
All right. I'm also going to learn a spell here about waking someone up. Or putting them to sleep, depending. So that will wake them
Hey,
up.
you! Get away from here! Now I've got to go and round them all up again. And you'd better not be here when I get back. Go on now.
I think this is what part of Bobbin's incredible power is, his ability to so easily read weaves existing in the pattern of reality, and then, of course, utilize them to manipulate the world around him when he weaves his own drafts. I feel like there should be sheep in this field, but that's okay. They'll be back later. The shepherds who were picking on us mentioned Fleece, who we're going to meet soon.
Hello there.
Who said that?
I did. My name is Fleece, first chosen at the Guild of Shepherds. I wish we had time to chat a while and trade some tales, but we've got a serious problem on our hands.
What sort of trouble are you having?
It seems we've a dragon nearby who has an enormous appetite for fresh mutton. We breed our sheep for extra whiteness, so we cannot keep them on the meadows. She can spot them miles away. By now, the dragon has carried off so many that we may not be able to fill the cleric's order.
The clerics? I just saw the bishop at the glassmakers.
Bishop Mandible? He placed the order for 10,000 sheep.
10,000 sheep? That's enough to feed an army.
Yes, that had occurred to us too. You noticed our increased patrol in the forest. We'll deliver the sheep to the clerics if we can, but we won't trust them.
I suppose fighting the dragon will be out of the question.
Only a mage can save us.
Well then, guess we'll have to just prove our ability as a mage.
I see you've noticed my little friend.
She doesn't look at all well.
She isn't, and my songs of healing don't seem to be bringing her much comfort.
It is a similar palindrome.
I wish I were better with him.
Apparently, we're not allowed to harm the lamb. All right, but unfortunately, we don't have the A.
The flock is out to pasture. You'll find them there. Go forth, wizard, and may you return safely to our fold.
Yes, we don't have the ability to cast a high A, so we can't help the little lamb, but perhaps we can help these sheep by helping them blend in a little better. And the best way we can do that is by dyeing them green. So and now there's nothing. Oops. I was going to say there's nothing visible in the field, but I guess we still are. Didn't quite think that one fully through.
Well, what have we here? Oh, that's what comes of being in such a blazing hurry, I guess. I thought you looked a bit scrawny. Why, you'd hardly make a decent kindling.
How kind of you. I say we try to blackmail this dragon into letting us go, and we're going to do that by taking away her most precious possession, the gold she has acquired.
Put it back the way you found it, now.
Or what, you'll eat me? Well, we could put it back, or I would prefer to find a way out of here. And we just so happen to have a way to get past this dragon if we can maybe help her sleep. Which will lead to a very specific sequence of events.
Gold, sheep. Eek! Fire!
Fire, which we're standing
You
in.
haven't heard the last of me, you cheeky brat!
Apparently that dragon is not very fireproof. At least on the outside. And now we have a pathway out, but we'll have to, again, give ourselves the ability to see in the dark. So let's see if I can find that spell again. Oh, that's right. Very good. Now we're going to do a little wandering around. And honestly, I don't actually remember what the route is out of here, or if the reason is a correct route, or if we just kind of wander randomly until something works out. Which is pretty much what I'm going to do. There is something very particular which we will have to come across, but I don't actually think you can miss it, so we don't have to worry. It is right at the end of our travels through this cave. Actually, I guess you probably could miss it. No, maybe it's at the bottom of this. this little walkway here, the set of stairs. We're looking for a pool, which will give us a very helpful draft. Oh, that's a dead end. Let's try, try around this way. Not 100% certain what the value of adding this in was, other than maybe padding the runtime slightly and giving a little bit more realism.
Guess I won't be going back that way.
All right, so good. We have found our pool here, and this will allow us to learn the reflect draft. Which is another palindrome. My own reflection. That is correct, Bobbin. Guess we just go down this stairway now, see where that leads us. Or not, down this way. Or just around the bend. There we go. No, keep going, Bobbin. You can do it. All right, there we go. And hopefully this will bring us right to the exit. Excellent. And we will now, again, need to make use of one of our drafts that we learned earlier. Unfortunately, this stairway doesn't quite bring us where we need to go. I don't actually think I want to walk down it yet. Or maybe I have to get to the bottom, I don't remember. Let's see. Nope. There we go. Okay. So let's focus on this. See if he'll let us before we get to the top.
Maybe I should stand a bit closer.
All right, fine. So many complaints from you, Bobbin. Always with a new complaint. Even though we're now farther away than we were, but that's fine. Oh, this isn't right.
I guess that isn't a draft.
Well, the drafts change each playthrough. And I have an old one written down. When in reality, I wanted this one. That is some powerful magic. You're able to just take worked stone and rearrange it in that way. So Fleece would potentially have been the main character of, I believe, the second game if the trilogy had been made, and this, Rusty Nailbender, would potentially have been the third protagonist.
He's fast asleep.
Well, we can do something about that. Actually, why don't we'll walk down here first so that we have an actual reason to be casting spells on some random boy sleeping in the woods.
Oh, who are you?
Just me, a friendly stranger?
This is a private guild, my strange young friend. The gate only opens for members.
Well, fair enough. Maybe a member can help us.
Hello there. What's that? Your music woke me up.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, not to worry. I'm Rusty Nailbender.
I'm Bobbin Threadbare, of the Weavers.
Weavers, eh? Our folk are blacksmiths. I'm supposed to be getting firewood for the master, but this plateau is being picked cleaner than a new blade. Come over here. That's us down there. The forge. That's what we call it. I've heard you weavers don't get out much. What's your business here?
I've been looking for a flock of swans.
Swans? No. No swans around here. Oh, say, all this talk has made me sleepy. A real pleasure, though. Oh, let me know if you find your swans. Oh.
Just a little curious. I've never picked these up before, but they do look a little differently colored. Usually something like that can be changed in the scenery, but I guess not. Anyway, I still need to get into the forge, so let's borrow Rusty's appearance. Thanks, Dusty. Or Rusty. Dusty. All right, let's come on in. I think this gentleman has to open the gate for us.
Young nailbender.
Apparently I shouldn't have gone so far forward.
About time you were coming home. Stoke's been looking for you, and he ain't real happy. You better get in there right now.
I mean, I was trying to. You were holding me up with all your jibber jabber. All right, so you can wander a little bit through the forge. See the smithing guild. Apparently this is the only one that actually makes noise. Either that or they all beat together. Hard to say. All right.
Well, it's about time, you lazy idiot. I sent you out 4 hours ago for firewood, and you bring me back one scrawny stick. If your father weren't a foreman, I'd toss you in the furnace. You're just like you use downstairs with the bishop right now. If that fire goes out and the clerics' swords don't get done...
I'm sorry, I had a bit of trouble.
Perhaps you'd like to offer your confessions to the bishop in person. I'd be happy to arrange it. Now give me that stick. I'm done dealing with the likes of you, Nailbender. I'll be back, and you'd better hope the furnace doesn't go out.
What a mess. I can't do anything without my distaff.
No, you are in fact useless, and this door is locked, so I guess we'll just take a rest.
That straw looks awfully comfortable, though. Oh, I must have a sleep draft woven into it.
Imagine frightening a poor defenceless old thing like me. Caw. Well, I may not be much good with fire, love, but I still enjoy the taste of tender, firm young meat.
One blasted stick of wood left.
Oops.
Curse that lad. 10,000 swords to forge, and the furnace is about as cold as my chances for promotion. I don't believe this. Real nice of that Weaver kid. Just wait until his turn comes. I'll be waiting for him on the outside.
Oh dear, that means trouble.
Hey, Hatchel. Good to see you.
Atropos saw his start treated, so he'd have something to say about it. You could be sure of that. Careful now, old bird. Let's not singe the feathers.
Mother Hetchel coming through in the clutch. It seems our reflection spell is worn off. Collect the distaff for the second time. And we'll have to go back to the very beginning and cast our open draft. And now we don't actually have to do this, but if you remember the flask that was dripping and emptying, that was an empty draft, but perhaps we can flip it into a filling draft. Oops, that's not right. All right, yes, let's, oh no, it was. Just kind of help out Rusty and the Forgians. Let's take a listen here.
The final blade is even now in the hands of our most skilled blade shaper, Your Excellency. How's it coming there, Edgewise?
I'm just putting the edge on the last sword, sir.
Good to hear it. No slacking off now. Let's get it finished.
You share with me a historic moment, Foreman. The forging of the 10,000th sword marks the end of our preparations. How much longer must I wait?
The steel will ring out its final defeat, sir. Not much longer now.
Very good then. Carry on.
Let's see if we can unsharpen this sword with the opposite of the sharpening draft. Because I don't trust these clerics.
What evil is this? A witch's curse has twisted the final blade.
A curse, Edgewise? I think not. It would take more than a mere witch's curse to ruin my plans. You there! Could it be that this little prank is of your doing? Yes? Well then, I would be honored to have you as my guest at the cathedral.
Oops.
I know some other curses that may amuse you.
Are we riding the dragon? Is the dragon his friend? That never really gets addressed very much.
I'm really tired of this.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Bishop Mandible, trans-ultimate apostle of the anti-secular conclave of Clerics.
I know. Am I expected to kneel?
Silence, you impudent punk.
This is my assistant, Cobb.
Charmed, I'm sure.
And you require no introduction. Your cloak and staff betray your origins. But I must say I'm surprised to find you here. It's been quite a long time since any weaver bothered to leave that dreary little rock you call home. Loom. So provincial. I can't help but wonder what impelled you to leave it now.
His Excellency asked you a question.
I know. I'm ignoring it.
Ah, recalcitrance. I see.
Shall I fetch the instruments of persuasion, Master?
Please forgive my assistant his eagerness. I fear Cobb is not very worldly. He does not understand the dangerous power of a weaver.
Dangerous? Your Reverence, him?
Quite dangerous indeed, my dear Cobb. In fact, he could burst this flimsy iron cage open with hardly a second thought.
That's impossible, most exalted one. I inspect the locks personally every fortnight.
Observe and learn then, for even now your prisoner plans his escape.
We actually will end things right here. And when we come back, we will see about escaping from the clutches of this, whatever he is, anti-super something cleric. I couldn't keep track. It's much too long of a title. But until then, see ya.